What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another What's in Our video. Here we're taking a look at the T-64A 1971. This is the top tier tank in Russia, and it's excellent. It's quite possibly the best tank in the game at 9.0. The MBT-70, KPZ-70 are both at 9.0, as well as the Chieftain Mark 10. They're all great tanks in their own right, but this quite possibly is the best vehicle, as it combines everything that's good about those vehicles into one. It's got good mobility, good armor, good gun, it's got a stabilizer, autoloader. It's just everything. It's excellent. Now, the first thing you might notice is the odd armor on the sides. These are 3mm thick armor plates of aluminum. Now, these are here to protect the side of your vehicle against heat-fast shells as well as ATGMs. So if you're angled like this and someone tries to shoot you here, it'll bounce right off. Of course, if you're too far angled, then the skirts aren't going to be very useful at blocking a shot aimed here, for example. So a slight angle would be great, and it has saved me multiple times already. Now, as far as what makes this vehicle so great, it starts with the armor, in my opinion. And you may notice that this vehicle doesn't look quite like the other vehicles in Russia. If you look at the armor, take the T-62 for example. If you look at the armor, it's just one chunk of armor, both the upper plate as well as the turret. Just traditional style of engineering. Whereas the T-64, we've got a sandwich here. You got multiple layers of composite armor. You got rolled homogeneous armor, followed by textolite, and additional layer of rolled homogeneous armor. Altogether, that makes for a very powerful piece of armor. It protects up to 320mm of kinetic energy munitions and 450mm of chemical energy munitions. Now, by kinetic energy, talking APDS and whatnot, whereas chemical, that's heat-fast, it's ATGM, so you have to have a pretty good round to get through this upper plate. The lower plate, on the other hand, is just 80mm. There's nothing fancy about that, and that's what makes this lower plate the Achilles heel of this vehicle. If this is not protected, aim here, because it will pen quite easily with just about everything at this BR. As far as the turret, it also has this composite armor. Just on the side here, you got multiple layers of homogeneous armor, and it protects up to 450mm of chemical munitions. So that's excellent. In the front here, you've got, let's see if I can, here we go, up to 150, which is not great. So you can get through here. However, I would not recommend shooting at the turret cheeks like you normally would on a T-62, for example. And the reason, well, it's because of this extra stuff. You got the machine gun ports, you got the horizontal aiming drive. All of this stuff, it seems to get caught up, and almost all the shells get caught up in this stuff. And so, what I would do if I'm gonna hit the turret is aim below the gun. So you notice there's none of that multiple layer stuff. There's no sandwiched armor here. You pen here with just about anything: heat-fast, APDS, APFSDS, and even HESH. HESH is quite good. Hit here, it'll pen this, and often hit these ammunition shells right here. It's quite dangerous, especially if you are facing British. The side of the turret, it's not too bad either. It's 150mm, but you notice that there is none of that composite armor beyond this point here. So the back of the turret is completely void of that additional protection. So if you get shot in the back of the turret, you're gonna lose your gun breech and quite possibly your crew, and quite possibly your tank. Then therefore, because you've only got 3 crew members. You got 1 down here in the driver's seat, and then 2 up here in the turret. This is an autoloader system. You have a 7.1 second reload, which is the best in the game at this BR. The KPZ-70 and MBT-70 both have autoloaders. They're both reloading at 10.0 seconds. The Chieftain Mark 10 has a reload of 7.5 seconds, and that's with an aced crew. So unless you have the aced crew, you're going to have right around 7.9 seconds at best. All in all, it makes for this. You know, the armor is great, gun is great. Let's take a look at the ammunition that you get with this thing. Stock shell is APFS DS with just over 300 millimeters of penetration at point blank range. It's very good. Without a doubt, the best round is the Tier 2 upgrade here. You have just under 400 millimeters of penetration at point blank range. It's excellent. You also want to take notice of the 1800 millimeter second muzzle velocity of the shell. It's excellent. It travels incredibly fast. It means aiming this over long distances on larger maps like Fulda, for example, it's very easy. In Tier 1, you have HeatFS as an upgrade for ammunition. I would not even bother with this, because although it has excellent penetration properties, at 9.0 battle rating battles, you're going to be facing a lot of vehicles that have either explosive or reactive armor or spaced armor, in which case this is going to have very little impact. And I would argue that the APFSDS is the only shell that you really need. I wouldn't even bother with the HE shell, because it'll certainly pen most of the SPA. The APFSDS shell seems to one-shot just about everything at this BR, including SPA. There's a lot of the SPA have large ammo racks in the center of their vehicles. So when one well-placed shot, it's usually a one-shot knockout. Let's go ahead and get into some gameplay. We're going to start things off on Berlin. This is to highlight the suspension on this vehicle, as well as the stabilizer. The suspension on this is incredibly smooth, and that combined with the stabilizer, it makes for shots like that. Just rolling right off the start of the battle with a nice one-shot kill. And it's not something that happens only once every so often. It's actually quite often that you run into that sort of situation because of the great stabilizer and the excellent suspension system. In our second battle, we're on El Alamein. I skipped the Bravo cap and said my ally got in there a little bit faster than I was, so I came over here and helped support him, overlooking A. That's when I noticed our cap is being uncapped, and push in here, take out the MBT-70 right through the upper plate. Not a problem with APFS DS. It's excellent. Just like that, they're done capping. But if you notice at the mini map, they completely steamrolled C. I think we put one guy up there and he got knocked out, and I'm a little bit concerned because it's not going to be long before they start sending more guys this way. Not only will they send guys directly here, they will also be sending them between our spawn and Bravo here. So they're going to be coming from all directions, and that's when I see this guy trying to sneak in. Of course, with these trees here, I can't get a good look on him. Got the walls here as well. Gotta expose myself, but wait until he's got his gun pointed elsewhere. That's when I line up a shot, take out the turret crew. So with the second MBT-70 down, I pull out of there, Cat B, and I circle back towards our spawn, because I know there's going to be people back here, and I do see somebody making their way to the left. The Chieftain, popping him right in the side. Mark 10, great tank, but its armor is not very good from the side. You really gotta be careful from the side with the Chieftain. Its armor on the side is terrible. Frontally, it's excellent. So a few minutes will go by, and you'll notice some things have changed on the map. We've lost A, we've lost B, and I'm about to go for C. Also, I don't have very many teammates up. That's because the enemy team has sent a guy to the left of our northern spawn, and he's spawn camping everything. He's gonna end up with like I believe 12 kills by the end of this battle, just from his excellent spot in the rocks. It's unbelievable the kind of kill streak he goes on. I know my best shot is to come over here and get Charlie, because they don't have anybody over here. They just have an airplane up, and here comes an SPA. One shot right through the Falcon. Like I said, that was a weird shot that actually bounced off up the plate, ricocheted up into the main gun up top, and hull broke the vehicle. That's one of the strangest shots I've ever hit. But I instruct my teammates to go to B. They've also got a couple guys going to A. I've got Charlie under control, and we ended up pulling this game out. I thought we were going to lose this because we were losing all the caps, but Thankfully, we had a nice ticket lead, and we ended up winning this pretty convincingly. Next up, we find ourselves on Abandoned Factory, a very common map. I find myself playing the outside of this area around the factories more and more at the high tier. I'm a little too slow to react to the Type 74, take out his gun breech and barrel. I'm noticing at top tier, excuse me, at 9.0, a lot of people like to come out here even more so than at lower BRs. Especially there's a building out here, out in B4, I believe it is, that people like to hide behind and snipe, usually with ATGMs. I hate that little spot. The Type 74 pops smoke. I'm ready, just waiting for him to pop up. But I'm actually surprised by a second tank. Chieftain Mark 10 has crested the hill. I shoot him in the side of the turret, taking out his gun breech. He backs up. I aim for the turret just under the gun. That's one spot where the Steel Brute armor doesn't protect its turret, and that takes out the gunner. So if you're having any kind of problems engaging the Chieftain Mark 10 frontally, just aim just below the gun. It's probably the easiest part of the tank to pen, other than the lower front plate. That and probably the turret ring itself is another vulnerable spot, because the Steel Brute armor does not extend down to that area as well. Alright, Type 74 is down, and this would be... Actually, I would see one more tank in this game, and that was it. We actually absolutely steamrolled this team. We would end up spending like 15 minutes waiting for the last couple of aircraft to go down at the end. It's ridiculous. Our final game of the day happens on Conquest El Alamein. I find that if you're gonna have any sort of success at top tier, you have to understand how the maps work. And my experience on this map has always indicated that the higher you go, the more people like to flank. They don't play the objective itself, which is a single cap. No one likes to go there unless they're at lower tiers. So with that in mind, I know that I have to protect this flank. The very first tank that I see crest the hill, bounce on the turret. But he bounces on me, thankfully. Type 74 doesn't have a great gun. Second shot, right through the turret. Takes out the gun breech, horizontal, and pretty much just about everything, actually. And he's out of here. And kill assist, that'll work. AOD got him. Now just continue working the flank. I'm not alone. You'll notice on the mini-map I got 3 other guys who are working this area with me. We're just gonna continue pushing around until we actually run into somebody who's also on the flank. Because on this map I find that whoever wins this flank ends up usually winning the game. Because again, no one actually plays the objective. So it's one of those things that's odd about top tier. And if past experience is anything to go by, we're gonna run into somebody just around by this rock. Sure enough, here we go. First contact. I don't like it. I have good gun depression, but this is kind of an awkward angle here. Got multiple people on both sides of this big boulder. And here's another guy just pops up behind him. So he's got support from every direction. The guy to my right is not paying attention to me, so I push this guy directly in front of me. I get hit, but nothing gets damaged really. I get hit again. You got the KPZ. Mark this guy for my teammates. I got support of my own now. My guys are here with backup. I like this. I don't like being on a flank all by myself. Alright, we got the right side of the rock down. Yeah, he's dead. You don't have to shoot him again. Left side, though, we got at least one here. We go KPZ-70. Push him. He shoots. I just push him because I know he's got 10 seconds before he can reload. It's one of the few drawbacks to the KPZ. And he's got a buddy with him, a leopard. You are so outmatched. Yeah. Right through the gun barrel and kills everything. And now we push the spawn. Because, again, that's how this map works, I'm afraid. I mean, just look at my teammates on the mini-map. They're scattered around the entire perimeter of this map. On both sides. Got some guys camping a little bit on our side of Alpha, but really, most of the people are just around the perimeter. And that's That's how this map is played. It's one of the reasons I like triple cap domination. You know, 3 caps, it gives you more room for maneuverability, gives you more options. And if you happen to get one of those 3 caps, you can often spawn into another vehicle other than an SPA. A quality vehicle, like another medium tank, for example. And at this tier, that's probably going to be a Leopard for the Germans. Again, we just push the spawn. Look at what we have here. No problem. Got another Gepard and a Leopard. I'll go for the Leopard since he's on the left. And easy one shot. That would be my 5th and final kill of that battle. And it would be pretty much a cleanup duty after that. I found that the T-64 is probably the easiest top tier vehicle to play at 9.0. It's excellent at virtually everything except for reverse. The reverse is abysmal, but that's something you just have to deal with. It's something you have to accept. Just like when you play the Panthers for Germany, just one of the few drawbacks that you run into. And even if you do happen to get killed in this thing, Russia has a lot of vehicles to back you up with, like the T-62, T-55A, T-10M, the Shilka, you name it, they've got everything. It's just an excellent country of tanks, especially at around 9.0. Anyway guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, click that thumbs up button, and of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Take care guys.